In Texas, people are starting the recovery process after deadly flooding this weekend. At least 95 people are dead, including 27 campers and counselors at the Camp Mystic summer camp. Investigators say the river surged at a historic rate and many people are still missing. Emergency crews are searching on the ground and in the air to find any survivors. NBC's Jay Gray reports.
Good evening. Day 4 of the rescue and recovery here in the Texas Hill Country is continuing. Give you a look at the current conditions in the Guadalupe River. This river jumped its banks and it's still not back to where it was before the storms, but it has receded. That's good news. You can see the trees on the other side bent and snapped, laying on one another. It's like a bunch of dominoes that fell over on that side of the river. To show you that wall of water that everyone talks about and how dramatic it was, it started there, came up this hill well over 20 feet, and ultimately all the way across this yard and into the community center here where they have water damage they are working on. You can see some of the people out and trying to get things ready here. All of that as the search and rescue continues here as well. Around the clock, they are working to try and find survivors in this rubble. And today, the mayor of Kerrville talked about that effort and what it's doing to his community.
I need to tell my community and those families who are waiting, this will be a rough week. Primary search continues, and we remain hopeful every foot, every mile, every bend of the river.
Yeah, and look, it is going to be a tough go for so many who are struggling here, but the crews, the recovery teams, hundreds of responders still on the ground here say they will continue to work day and night until everyone here is found. That's the very latest from here in Kerrville. I'm Jay Gray, NBC News.
An 11-year-old boy from California is sharing his story about being rescued from the floodwaters. Kalen Cabina was at a summer camp in Central Texas that he attended the last 4 years. Cabina says heavy rain and thunder kept most of the boys in his cabin awake. And at some point in the night, camp counselors rushed into his cabin to get them to higher ground when the campground started to flood. He says that's when he realized how serious the situation was.
We saw like whole cabin just floating down, and that's when we knew things were getting actually real out there. Like we were starting to realize that this was a real natural disaster crisis.
That camp was about 5 miles north of Camp Mystic. He says a friend's sister was rescued from the floodwaters, but that another friend's relative is still missing.